What if you went back in time, not with a weapon in your hand, but with the knowledge to build one? What if you woke up in the Viking Age with a modern mind? You open your eyes to a world of smoke and iron. The air is cold, smelling of pine and damp earth. You are in a small settlement on the edge of a fjord. Wooden longhouses with sod roofs huddle together. Men with axes and shields move with a purpose you cannot understand. Their language is a harsh music of growls and sharp edges. You understand none of it. You are a stranger. You have nothing. Only the thoughts in your head. The principles of chemistry. The physics of force. The metallurgy of steel. This is your only advantage. Hey, wait a second. Before we continue this epic journey, tell me something. Where are you watching us from? Drop a comment. And if this story of knowledge, power, and fall has gripped you as much as it gripped us, please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next episodes. And of course, hit that like button to help us reach more people. A man finds you. He is a blacksmith. His name is Bjorn. He sees your strange clothes. He sees you are lost. He does not trust you, but he gives you a place by his fire. He points to the bellows. Your job is to work them. This is how you begin. You watch him work. He heats iron in a charcoal fire. He hammers it. He quenches it in water. The metal is soft. It bends. It breaks. You know why? The carbon content is wrong. The temperature control is crude. In your mind, you see the process, the precise ratios, the quenching in oil, not water, the tempering cycles. You point to the charcoal. You make a pile. Then you point to a different pile. You mime adding it. Bjorn frowns. He is a practical man. He sees you are not a warrior. Your hands are soft, but there is a certainty in your eyes. He is curious. He allows it. You show him how to make a hotter, more efficient fire. You arrange the charcoal to burn cleaner. You show him how to bury the iron in the carbon for longer. You cannot explain the science of carburization. You can only show the actions. Days pass. The metal emerges darker, harder. Bjorn tests the new blade against an old one. The old blade notches. The new one does not. His eyes change. He looks at you not as a stranger, but as a mystery. Word spreads from the forge. The Jarl of the settlement, a man named Gunnar, hears of this. He comes to see. He is a large man, with a beard braided with iron rings. He carries an axe that is chipped and worn. He demands a new one. Bjorn works, but you guide him. You show a new shape, a better balance. The weight forward for a deeper cut. You mime the process of differential hardening. A softer spine to absorb shock. A harder, sharper edge. When the axe is finished, Gunnar swings it. He cleaves a thick post in a single blow. His old axe would have taken 3. He looks at the clean cut. He looks at you. He does not smile. He nods. This is the highest praise. Your value is now known. You are moved from the forge to Gunnar's own longhouse. You are given better food, a warmer bed. You are not a slave. You are an asset. Gunnar has enemies. A rival clan across the fjord raids his shores. They take his sheep. They burn his outposts. Gunnar asks for more than better axes. He wants something that can break a shield wall, something that can shatter a gate. You think of gunpowder. You know the formula. Saltpeter, charcoal, sulfur. You do not have pure potassium nitrate, but you know where to find it. You mime the need for white crusts from old dung heaps. You mime the need for yellowstone from hot springs. The people think you are collecting strange ingredients for magic. They help you, wary but obedient. You grind the materials with a mortar and pestle. You mix them in the correct ratio. It is a crude black powder. You pack it into a hollowed-out log sealed with clay, with a fuse of twisted cloth. Gunnar and his warriors gather on a rocky beach. They think this is a ritual. You place the log against a large boulder. You light the fuse. You run back. The fuse burns down. There is a moment of silence. Then a sound like Thor's own anger tears the air. The log explodes. Shards of wood and stone fly out. The boulder is cracked and blackened. The warriors are knocked back. Some fall to their knees. The air fills with acrid smoke. The silence that follows is absolute, broken only by the ringing in their ears. Gunnar walks forward through the smoke. He touches the shattered rock. He turns to you. His face is pale. His men look at you with a new kind of fear. This is not skill. This is not better steel. This is power from another world. They believe you have summoned the elements. They believe you can speak to the gods of fire and thunder. You are no longer just an asset. You are Skald Shon, a seer of craft, a prophet of the forge. Gunnar places a hand on your shoulder. His grip is firm. He speaks, and a translator whispers the words. You will make more. You will teach my men. We will build a fortress they cannot break. We will build weapons that will make our name echo in every hall from here to Miklagard. You are at the center of everything. Your knowledge is the key to a new kind of power. You feel it. For the first time, you are not vulnerable. You are essential. You have changed the rules of this world, but you have also created a new truth. In this world, knowledge is not owned. It is taken. And you have just shown everyone what is worth taking. Your world becomes one of constant demand. You are moved to a new, larger settlement. It is Gunnar's main hall, a place of greater wealth and greater danger. You are given a workshop. Men are assigned to help you. They are warriors, not chemists. They follow your gestures, but do not understand your purpose. You need more saltpeter. You send them to collect crusts from 100 middens. The supply is slow. It is impure. Every batch of black powder is different. Sometimes it burns too fast. Sometimes it barely ignites. You have no laboratory, no scales. You measure by sight and feel. The magic begins to look inconsistent. Gunnar wants progress. He wants siege weapons. You draw designs in the dirt. A large, torsion-powered catapult. The concept of stored mechanical energy is new to them. The carpenters and rope makers stare. You show them how to twist thick ropes of horsehair and sinew to create immense tension. It takes weeks. The machine is built. It is crude. It is massive. They call it the Storm Thrower. On its first test, it hurls a stone the size of a man farther than any thrown axe. The warriors cheer. Gunnar is pleased, but the arm cracks on the third launch. The ropes snap. The machine destroys itself. The carpenters look at the wreckage. They look at you. They see not a god, but a man whose ideas can break. The limitations are everywhere. You design a fortified gate for the settlement's palisade. A double door with a complex locking bar system. It requires precise iron hinges and brackets. The local iron is not good enough. It bends under the weight. You explain the need for stronger steel. Bjorn, the blacksmith, has been brought with you. He tries. But making enough high-quality steel for a gate is not like making one axe. It consumes charcoal. It consumes time. It consumes the patience of the Jarl. The gate is built, but it groans. It is strong, but it is not the impervious barrier you promised. Then the first rival appears. A messenger comes from Jarl Hakon, whose lands lie to the north. He has heard of the thunder weapon. He has heard of the unbreakable axes. He offers Gunnar a chest of silver for you. Gunnar refuses. The messenger leaves, but his eyes scan the settlement. He sees the workshops. He sees the new fortifications. You are no longer a secret. You are a rumor growing into a legend, and legends attract attention. Gunnar's response is to use you. He plans a raid. Not for cattle, but for a specific prize. A Christian monastery on a distant island is said to have a store of strange yellow crystals. Sulfur. You have described it. He remembers. The raid is swift and brutal. You do not go. You wait in the hall. The warriors return with sacks of the bright yellow mineral. They also return with blood on their hands and a new kind of tension. The monk's sulfur is pure. It makes better powder. But now your work is tied to a massacre. The men look at the powder differently. It is not just a tool. It is a product of sacrifice. It carries a weight. You try to teach, Gunnar insists. He wants others to know how to make the powder. So you show your helpers the grinding, the mixing. One man, A young warrior named Einar watches closest. He is eager. He learns the steps, but he does not learn the caution. One afternoon, a spark from the forge lands near a drying tray of powder. The flash is instant and blinding. Einar is thrown back. His arm is burned. His face is blackened. The workshop floor is scorched. There is no great explosion, but the message is clear. This knowledge bites the hand that holds it. The men become afraid of the materials. They handle them with superstition, not understanding. The greatest limitation reveals itself slowly. You are one person. Your knowledge is a list in your mind, but you cannot build the infrastructure to support it. You need consistent, high-quality iron ore to make real steel. You need a steady, pure supply of chemicals. You need skilled craftsmen who understand stress and tolerance. These things do not exist. You are trying to grow a single, modern tree in ancient soil. The soil cannot support it. Gunnar's patience wears thin. He expects your knowledge to bring him unchallenged power. But a rival clan, led by Jarl Hakon, attacks a fishing outpost. Gunnar's men are armed with the better axes. They fight well, but they are outnumbered. They send for help. Gunnar wants to use the thunder weapons, but you have only 3 small clay pots filled with powder. You did not have enough saltpeter to make more. The raid is over before you can respond. Gunnar's men are driven off. 2 are captured. When the warriors return, they are sullen. They have better weapons, but they still lost. One of them, a grizzled veteran, speaks in the hall. He does not look at you. He speaks to Gunnar. The seer's magic is strong in the forge. It is slow on the battlefield. Our strength has always been in our arms, not in pots that break. That night, Gunnar summons you. The hall is quiet. He drinks from a horn. The attack was a test, he says. Hakon knows of you. He will come for you. He will come for this place. He pauses. Your walls are strong. Your axes are sharp. But your thunder is unpredictable. I need it to be reliable. Can you make it reliable? You look at him. You want to explain about supply chains, about chemical purity, about the need for an entire industry behind a single bullet. But you have no words he would understand. You simply nod. You promise to try. As you leave the hall, you see Einar, his arm bandaged. He does not meet your eye. You see the carpenters repairing the broken catapult. They work without enthusiasm. You have given them glimpses of a future they cannot grasp. And now that future is failing to protect them in the present. Your value is shifting. You are moving from being a gift from the gods to being a complicated problem. The first bloom of power is gone. What remains is the hard, unyielding reality of a world that cannot support your dreams. The systems are not here, and without them, your knowledge is just a burden. The pressure becomes a constant presence. Like the deep cold of winter, it seeps into everything. Jarl Hakon does not come with a full army. He is smarter than that. His men appear in the forests, watching. They ambush supply carts. They poison a well. They burn a storehouse where you kept charcoal. It is a war of whispers and shadows. Your tools of war, the powder, the steel, are useless against this. Gunnar grows quieter. He spends long hours in council with his oldest warriors. You are not invited. A feast is announced, a gathering to honor the alliances with neighboring families, to show strength. The great hall is filled with smoke and noise, roasting meat, sour ale, the smell of unwashed bodies and animal fat. You are given a place of honor near Gunnar, but it feels like a display. You are the strange artifact he owns. He raises a toast to you. He calls you his forge seer. The men cheer, but the sound is hollow. Their eyes are cautious. You eat the greasy mutton. You drink the bitter ale. A stranger arrives late to the feast. He is from a southern trading post. He brings news. He speaks of distant lands where men tell stories of a northern jarl who commands the thunder. He speaks of kings across the sea who would pay a mountain of silver for such secrets. He does not look at you when he says this, but everyone knows who he means. The hall falls silent. Gunnar's smile is tight. The value of a secret decreases the moment it is known to exist. Your knowledge is no longer just power. It is a threat to every power nearby. The next morning, you are summoned to the forge. Gunnar is there with Bjorn. Something is wrong. Bjorn looks at the ground. Gunnar points to the anvil. There lies one of your steel axes. A crack runs through the head. It broke in training, Gunnar says. His voice is flat. The man who held it now has a broken shield arm. You examine it. The fracture line shows a flaw, a slag inclusion in the metal. It is a failure of the primitive process, not your design. But in this world, the design and the result are the same thing. Can you make them not break? Gunnar asks. It is not a question. It is an accusation. You work day and night. You oversee the saltpeter collection. You refine the sulfur. You try to make a perfect batch of powder, but your mind is tired. Your focus splinters. You are not a warrior, but you live in a warrior's world. Your body aches from the labor. Your hands are now calloused, but your spirit is wearing thin. You realize you are trying to single-handedly invent an industrial age, and you are failing. The betrayal, when it comes, is not dramatic. It is practical. Einar, the burned young warrior, is seen talking to one of Hakon's men at the edge of the woods. He is not captured. He simply returns. 2 days later, a small raid targets your workshop specifically. They do not try to burn it. They are precise. They take your tools. They take your notes, the charcoal drawings on birch bark. They take the small clay pots of your best powder. They leave everything else. The message is clear. They do not need you. They need what is in your head. And now they have a copy. Gunnar is furious, but his fury is cold. He questions everyone. He looks at you longest. Who else knew the drawings? He asks. You think of Einar. You say nothing. But Gunnar already knows. That night, Einar disappears. No one speaks of him again. You are now a liability. Your secrets are compromised. Your weapons are seen as flawed. Your presence invites attacks. Gunnar can no longer afford to keep you. But he cannot let you go. You know too much. You sit in your small room and you understand. This was always the end. Knowledge without a kingdom to protect it is just a commodity. And in this economy, commodities are consumed. A final council is held. You are brought before Gunnar and his huskarls. The translator's voice is quiet. Jarl Hakon has offered a truce, he says. He will stop the raids. He will give back the captured men. His price is the seer of the forge. Gunnar does not look at you. He stares into the fire. He promises you will be treated as an honored guest. No one in the room believes this. It is a political solution. A way to remove the problem without losing more warriors. You are a piece being traded to stabilize the board. There is no fight, no last stand. 3 of Gunnar's men come for you at dawn. They are not cruel. They are efficient. They give you a warm cloak. They provide a horse. You are escorted to a point on the river that marks the boundary of Gunnar's lands. A small boat from Jarl Hakon's clan is waiting. You look back once. The settlement is shrouded in morning mist. The fortified gate you designed stands half open. You see Bjorn at the forge entrance, watching. He gives a single, slow nod. It is not farewell. It is an acknowledgement. You were a temporary storm. Now the weather is changing. You board the boat. The journey to Hakon's hall is short. You are received with cold formality. Hakon is older, sharper than Gunnar. He studies you like a man studying a new type of sword. He asks no questions about forges or powder. He simply says, "You will make for me what you made for him, but better." You understand? You have not been saved. You have been transferred. The demand begins again. But now you have fewer resources, less trust, more fear. The days blur. You work under watchful eyes. You try to recreate what you built before, but your heart is not in it. You know the cycle now. The rise, the limitation, the fall. One afternoon, you are taken not to the workshop, but to a small, isolated hut near the shore. For your focus, they say, the door is sturdy. There is no lock on the outside, but there are always two guards. Your world shrinks to this room, this fire, this anvil. You have become what you always were to them, a tool. A tool that thinks. The most dangerous kind and the most disposable. You look out at the gray sea. The longships move across the water, their shapes unchanged for centuries. You think of the deeper idea, the one you now understand completely. A weapon is not a thing. It is a system. It is the mine that provides the ore, the forest that provides the charcoal, the school that trains the smith, the society that decides its use. You brought a single seed of a system that does not exist. The soil here could not sustain it. It could only consume the seed and return to its own ways. Months later, a trading ship from the east brings news to Hakon's Hall. They speak of Gunnar's clan. They say he has won a great battle. He used clever tactics and strong shield walls. They make no mention of thunder or unbreakable axes. The new weapons, the fortifications, they are already fading into story, then into myth, then into nothing. You sit by your fire in the hut. You listen to the sound of the waves, the sound of the forge hammer down the shore. The work continues. The world continues. It adapted around you. It absorbed what it could use. It discarded what it could not. Your knowledge did not change the age. The age simply reminded you of its rules. History continued without you.